It's been a much better season here for the Seattle Kraken. We are 40-13-10. The new coach, a couple new players, but really I feel like it might have a lot to do with the new scheme here, letting certain guys kind of get themselves going, so to speak, particularly on the offensive side of things. We, 6 in goals for per game, but it's actually surprisingly defense it's really helping. I think that has a lot to do with the trade that we made to swoop up Sanderson and really solidify our top four, because everything's sort of falling into place now. But there are always things to be improved upon. And I think one of those main things that I'm going to be looking at here is this third line slot. Capo Caco is just, he's not it anymore. We're not using him on the power play anymore, so he's getting demoralized, and he's, not really producing super well on his own on that third line. He's a good fit for it. He's got truculence. I like that, the kind of player he is on that line, but for what we're paying him, what we're getting, doesn't really make a ton of sense for us. Why did that all disappear? I thought he was getting, like, negatives for, ice time and stuff. Well, I would be curious to see how he worked on that line, but for now, we'll leave him on the fourth. We'll leave Ned Anderson on the fourth line, but yeah, we should find a replacement for Kako, I think. Someone did suggest I also tried to maybe talk with Wasabi and Faber to adjust their play styles. I wouldn't mind having Wasabi shoot more, because he does have Heat Seeker, as well as Born Leader. But I almost feel like I should get the coach to maybe change to Cycle. Pinch Cycle. I don't know. I don't never really do this, so I don't know how the conversations really work with the morale thing. I know you can do it, but I've never really dealt with it. I'm just gonna check. I could also. Okay, scheme fit's gonna be kind of tough. Yeah, having him change that kind of stuff is gonna be very risky. Ice time allocation. This is something that we could do maybe in the future. I'm gonna hold off because we do have 2 young grinders there, and we are succeeding right now with the scheme or the ice time allocation that we're doing. All right, let me just check on Wasabi and Faber. I'll start with Wasabi here. Scheme fit. Very risky. Okay, so it's risky for him. But I really don't know how this works. I'm just gonna look at it real quick. Okay, and it's just, I don't even know. He just gets, it's just a negative thing. Cool. Okay. I couldn't tell him, like, hey, you should maybe do the shoot thing. Who the fuck knows? Okay. I guess I could try with Faber as well. Just to see if we can get a bit of, convincing. Okay, so Faber's into it. Okay. Yeah, let's just do line 1. Game on. Okay, so he's gonna buy into okay. Alright, so at least Faber was into it. Now, I guess it's, no, he actually does it immediately, so we should actually get chemistry just from that. There we go. Okay, so at least Faber did it. Alright, cool. So they get +2 now. Yeah, it's a heck of a lot better. Okay, I see. So that's how it goes. Okay. Yeah, there we go. We're going to kind of leave everything else, but now we're going to look to trades. Now, did I want to maybe look for a different... I don't know, man. Coco's doing great as the backup. I kind of don't think we should move off that at all. Let's just look at the a potential replacement for Kako. Oops. I didn't even... Here we go. So, forward, player role. I'm gonna actually select the role. I don't want anyone too much higher, because we're not really gonna use them special teams. I would love an X Factor. I don't know if we get one. Let me just search for this. Why is Marksy a third liner? That's crazy. That is pretty nuts that he's listed as a third liner. He's a centerman, though. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense. We got Beniers. Alright, Geeky with a no trade. That's full no trade. Not a bad contract on him, though. Full no moves for these guys. Larkin, Tavares. Does fall off pretty quick, but if I sort like this, okay. I mean, Tavares is interesting, but I don't really know if he's what we need on this. It's a sniper. I don't really think he's what we need on that line. I really don't mind Geeky. He's also got truculence. He's a two-way forward with truculence. Fits onto our third line as well. Shit. Now, I don't know if... Because he has a full no-trade clause, I think that means he has to waive it, so... I don't even think if I went to Boston I could select him, which is unfortunate. And then right there just pretty much falls off. Really, Geeky's the only one I would want. That contract's really good, too. Let me try a different thing. Let me see if I just go to Boston, if I can select him from here. Like, that worked before. No, so I can't select him. He's got a full no trade. But I can't, yeah. He does, so if he doesn't want to waive, then he's just not gonna. He has a modified no trade on the last year, but yeah. That's unfortunate. Okay. Well, I could look for no X Factor, but I really did want one. I'm gonna go back one more time. I know I pretty much looked at everything. Just want to see if I missed something. Yeah, no, it's really Geeky was the one. Merrick's, but too young. Larkin doesn't make a ton of sense in my eyes. Especially as he's a playmaker. I mean, we do have Toffoli, so it's like that kind of makes sense, but at the same time... Puck on a string and wheels. I mean, oh my god, his contract. Yeah, I don't really want to... No, he's extended. I don't want... It's not a bad extension, but that's 4... No, thanks. Yeah, it's really... Forsberg's injured right now, and he's yet another sniper, so... I don't know, man. There's nothing here with X Factors. I'll tell you that right now. If I look for just any third liners, there's going to be a lot more options. The other Geeky. Fabry, Tomasino. Too many years left for a 34-year-old. Schemmel, Spence. Cunnin is not extended. He's in Edmonton. Actually doing really well there. It's not too bad. Doesn't quite fit into the scheme. But I might be able to have a chat with him just to see if we can... Yeah. Cunnin's interesting. Cunnin is very interesting. Let me see. Oilers obviously don't want to give him up, and he's pretty damn good. He's freaking playing on their second line. They might want Kakko. They do, but we need a lot more value. But if they're playing him second line, then Kakko should go on their second line and probably even be a bit better for him. And they got the cap space. It's just we have to find some extra value to make it happen. Not gonna retain, that's for damn sure. Alrighty, what the heck else do we do? Got a few top sixes here, 63 at 20. I could throw in this high note guy. See what they say to that. No. Well, maybe it's time to bust out some of the many elite goalie prospects we have again. When was Pollock drafted? 2029. So yeah, we'd have to get rid of him. And I think Byrne we still haven't... No, we have... He's actually coming up as well. I'd sign him before anything. Let's see, if we do Pollock, I'm removing high note for sure. Like, that would 100% go through. Like, by a long shot. This is kind of a lot for a rental. Lol, Skinner's that good. Yeah, it's almost too much, but I couldn't really do much else. And I have to trade him now anyway. I can't really do much else with him. I don't think there's much I'm going to be able to take back. They haven't been drafting well whatsoever. Mm. No, this is garbage. It's just going to have to be a pick. No way I get the first. The second, maybe, but that might be a bit too much. So if we shed Kakko, get Cunnin, Pollock, we're kind of giving away, getting a second. This guy is going to be an NHLer. Like, he's 71 at 20, or 71 at 19. He's really good. But I'm not going to use him myself, so I should get rid of him for something. If this doesn't go through, though, I don't know, man. It's kind of a lot. I do really like Cunnin, but... Man, how much do I like him is the question. Can I get a 3 and a 4? Can I get a 3? For a rental, this is kind of starting to give me pause here. Nah, dude. I'm quite far off still. That's just not happening, is it? Alright, screw the goalie, but we don't have our first this year. I don't know, man. This isn't really looking amazing. We can throw in Kolsnik. We can throw in high note again. I can just add a bunch of these guys who might not make it. And then I can trade the goalies at the draft. If I really want to. Jesus. Alright, what else? What else can I give up that I don't really need? That's pretty much it for the low elites. What are you, Soferberg? Playmaker. Both of you are playmakers. 2030. 2030. Throw the lower overall one in. If this doesn't work, I mean... Nah, dude. Like, I'm not even getting close with all this. This just doesn't really make sense. I don't... Man, I don't know. I shouldn't care too much about value anymore, but this guy's gonna be an NHLer. That's why I'm like... And they're in our conference. Let's try something else here. Well, they're not gonna want picks. Yeah, I was like, if I flip that goalie somewhere else for an asset and then throw that asset in, they're only going to want rounds 3 plus. Hmm. I don't know, man. Cunning's great and all, but let's see. If I did this, I'm getting back that second. I may have already tried this too. All right, well, just for that, I'm just doing that real quick. I just want to see if I can get close with this package. Still saying quite far off. If I remove that, if this doesn't go through, man, this isn't really meant to be. I don't think. Yeah, I'm not even getting close. So they really don't want to give up Cunnin. I mean, he is playing on their second line. He's had a terrific season. Like, he's got 48 points in 62 games. He takes a shit ton of pens, but I don't know. This just isn't quite there. There doesn't seem to be a great return for Kako. Like, that's the guy I wanted, and I'm freaking overpaying already, and I still can't get him. Yeah, I don't know about that, man. For literally a rental. Like, I might bring him back, but he's already, what, 34? And he's probably, no, he's 33. He's also definitely boosted up from some stat growth. Definitely. Strome is cheap as shit. But he's a playmaker. Which, again, isn't awful on that line. But he's lacking some defense. And I do want to have some good defense on that line. Doan, that's a cheap contract at least. 29, not too far off. Good defense. Shot blocking, not so much. We don't need that as much. It's not like he's doing amazingly for him. He's also on their second power play. I don't know. Some of these I'm feeling like I'm trading just to trade. Is there a way I can keep Kako happy with ice time? I'm kind of looking at that as like an alternative. Because none of this is great in my eyes. He is only a -2. Yeah, it's just that listed as second line. Unhappy. What if I could talk to him? Not really. No. Like, there's no, like, hey, quit bitching about ice time, is there? No. That sucks. Come on. You should be able to be like, hey, we're really good, so we're playing you there, even though, yeah, you probably could be on the... Ugh. Individual performance down. He's fucking pissed with management. Team performance he likes. His individual performance he's not a fan of. Teammates he's in the middle, but he hates management. Probably because he's not getting ice time, I guess. It makes sense. I just don't really know where I put him for extra ice time. Like, who goes off the power play? Toffoli? I don't think so. No, not with those numbers. Like, maybe next season. Penalty kill? Our penalty kill's been good. I could take off Maxwell because he is listed as fourth line. Does take a lot of pens. But he's getting a frickin' +5 with Beniers. Maybe here. But I don't know if this is going to be enough. They do still get a +5. So there's that. If I give him top penalty kill, I don't think it's enough still. But it is a start at least. Now, does this make him... No, it doesn't do anything. It's a risk here, but, man, there's nothing... I would overpay like crazy. I really would overpay like crazy if I was to go for Cunnin, and I just don't really see it that being that big of a benefit, where maybe I can fix Kako. And honestly, next year, maybe he could have Toffoli's spot on the power play. You know, we're going to have 8 forwards total. Right now, it's Beniers and Toffoli, but next season, we're not going to have Toffoli. It could go back to Kako, and we get someone who's maybe just maybe more pure defensive-minded for that third line. Still a veteran, someone who can still score, but maybe we can keep Kako happy by giving him power play time and using him penalty kill. Maybe I got to kind of prioritize that, because at least for right now, there's nothing great for him. So I'm going to just not make a trade. I feel like I was getting ripped off heavily. That goalie is going to be a goalie. I don't want to give him to the Oilers and solidify, you know, their goaltending for years to come. You know, they're in our conference. All right. Well, we're just going to pass the deadline. I'm going to trust this roster. Hopefully we can kind of get make Kako happy with playing him PK here. I hope it doesn't ruin our PK, but then again, our PK kind of came back down to earth, I believe. So it's not like it was continuing to crush it, I don't think. We'll see. Nah. It's Coachella Valley. Just best lines, everything. Another shootout loss. Oh my god, we crushed Seattle. And we crushed LA. And we lost an OT again. We have a lot of OT losses. Not a fan. That's a big win. Those are some big wins against divisional teams there. Oh, wait, no, we're in the freaking Pacific. What am I talking about? Yeah, freaking Oilers are even in our division. Yeah, I wouldn't give them a lot. I'm even more freaking justified. For a second there, I was just like, yeah, we're in the Central. Clearly not. I blame the colors being so similar to Utah. I think that affected my brain. 50-win season. Beat Edmonton 3-1. Beat them again on their ice. Nah, I lost an OT. What a surprise. It's a hell of a lot of points that we're giving up. But that's a nice win against the Wild. Are we going to win the Presidents? Looks like it. I'd say we do. Season ends. We're definitely going to have home ice advantage for most of the playoffs. Wow, our offense jumped up to third. Goals against is at second. Power plays third best. Penalty kill got into the top 10. Maybe it was already there. I felt like it dropped down to 82 something. Now it's at 83 something. So yeah, let's look at a couple other things here. Did allow 6 shorties, but we scored 9. Very good home and away records. 8-1-1 the last 10. Going in the playoffs hot. And, ooh. I think Colorado wins it with regulation wins. I'm assuming that's how it works even for presidents, because that's how it would work. Yeah, they're listed as 1, so. Okay, that's fine. We don't need the presidents, necessarily. Z had 98 points. Missed a couple games. Maybe could have got to 100, but I'll take that. 81 assists is sick. Dubio, 97 points, 54 goals. Shot a hell of a lot, man. Tage had 36 goals, 85 points. Yeah, he's fallen into more of the secondary hybrid role, which is exactly what we hoped for him. Matt Walsh had 80 points. Enzo, 78 points, just under 50 goals. He did shoot a bit less. That's partially to ice time, but I think he may be 1 or maybe 2 ticks below how many shots he takes versus Jacob. It's like, what, 1 to 15. So I'm assuming Jacob's at like freaking 14, maybe even max. And Enzo is probably a tick or 2 below. I'm just looking at ice time plus yeah, he's got to be at least 1 or 2. Schoenmaker's not a bad rookie season, 57 points. It is kind of a steeper drop off, but still, he's a rookie. He performed quite well. I think I was doing the 30 goal thing for him, so he didn't quite hit that. Oh no, I don't think I did anything. I wanted to see how he performed. So he's a guy who could hit 30 goals for sure, and should. Beniers 49 points. Toffoli had 42. Kakko ended with 27. Is he happier? Not really. He's even more pissed at his individual performance now. Ugh. Well, I'm still gonna try it again. Yeah, I'm gonna, next season when we don't have Toffoli, I'll try Kakko back on the power play. Anderson, Maxwell, Asamont. You know what? They were all pluses down there. A couple guys had 20 points. Asamont didn't, but again, they were all pluses. Not bad death performance out of Bergeron. 8 points, 13 games played. Defenseman, Wasabi, 70 points plus 39. Faber, 38 points plus 40. So both of them hit their plus-minus goals. I think Carey did too. He was at what, plus 25? He had 24 points. Sanderson, plus 20, 18 points. Labushkin, plus 24. Alexiev, plus 31. I think they were both at plus 20, I want to say. And And Labushkin's hanging in there. We'll probably bring him back again. Because we have a veterans coach, he's actually going to keep these guys a bit more effective. And even Emerson was solid as depth. Troy, 55 games played, 33 wins, 2 shutouts, 917. Kolko, 18 wins, 923. What a duo. What a duo that turned out to be. We'll see what Schoenmaker's, how he stacks up against the other rookies. Let's check around the league now. Sebastian Aho led the way, 126 points. Good to see some new names up there. Kyle Connor, 124, 65 goals. There's Marner up there. Matthews, 56 goals. But if we just check at his age, 33 now. Dude, I forget what the actual record is now with Ovi, but like he's at 33, he's already at 845 because looking at those 3 seasons. I mean, even all of these in a row. Like, good God. Yeah, he's going to easily hit 1,000. Like, he's setting the new record. I wish it would pop up here. Like, I think there's a spot to check out the records and such, but anyway, goal leader. Oh my God, Nathan MacKinnon, 77. I mean, even he might make a push for it because he's been, dude. He could even, I mean, he'll maybe beat the like original record at just the fucking pace. Look at that. Look at that. 4 out of 5 of the last seasons, he's had 70 goals. Like, Jesus, calm down. Assist leader was Aho, but Z was right up there with his 81. Pretty good, man. Let's see who's the most clutch. I think it's just got to be Draisaitl. Maybe mathematically it's Verana, but like that's so sick. 14 game winners out of 57. Power play goal leaders McKinnon, 24 power play points. Marner, 33. 5 shorties for Hedel. 7 shorty points for Heglander. Alrighty. Now, this is where it gets interesting. Justin won it last time. Cooley's got to be in the mix for the Selkie if you look at that. Yeah, it's a much, much tighter now that Crosby and a couple other guys are gone. Matthews got to be in. Justin again, though. He's right there. I mean, he did win it last season. We'll see. Kind of surprising that his faceoff percentage is less than Matthews with 93 faceoffs. Six more. But I would say that's the top three right there. Z's kind of in the mix, though, you got to say. Yeah. Alrighty. Let's check out defensemen. It's going to be hard for Wasabi to truly get his flowers in the Norris race, but you know what? He doesn't need to win the Norris. He can just keep having consistent seasons like this. I'll be happy with him. But Makar is taking home that Norris for sure. Let's check out the goalies here. Dostal. Very, very good season. Should take home the hardware. He's got the wins. He's got the save percentage. Got the goals against. Yeah, 5 shutouts as well. He's taking home that hardware. I don't think anyone else beats him out for that. Rookies, it's going to be Schoenmakers. 57 points plus 30. I don't think there's going to be a goalie that supplants him. Okay, it was D Wolf. I was like, pardon me? No, Dominic Wolf. Very, very honestly, it's tight. How old is Schoenmakers? 20. They're gonna give it to Schoenmakers. I'm trying to figure out in my head if Dominic Wolf should deserve it. 57 points. I mean, dude. 912 compared to what a 920 was the top. Let's see where he ends up in the overall goalies. He's in the top 10, like. Wait, fuck, there's 2 D Wolves here now, man. Yeah, he's 8th. 8th best goalie. I mean, I would probably give it to him. I mean, it's only 57 points for Schoenmakers at the end of the day. But you know how this game is. Alright. We'll do the fun stats now. Hits. 200 for Zary. No one else hit that. Olivier Middleton keeping the dreamer eye. Hey, look at our guy. Devin Maxwell. Trying to make his presence known. Good for you. Oh my god, Cunnin only had 4 fights and he still had like 50 plus. You know, maybe it's a good thing we didn't get him. It's a lot of pims. And we got to check on goalie goals. I know we had it 2 years in a row, which was nuts. I doubt we have it again. I don't think it was the last 2 years. It might have been. That's a lot of assists for Swayman, though. Which Wolf was that? Dustin. All right. So that's that. Misses, that's that. We are taking on the Blues in the first round. There are your brackets. Oilers Canucks got to be a rivalry, I guess. But I mean, you know, at this stage, rivalries may have shifted. A lot of people maybe have been playing each other more often. Buffalo's finally in the playoffs. Let's go. Okay. Let's see what the Blues have to offer us. Hancock, Thomas, Cronwall. Tomas Cronwall. Interesting. Ooh, Dvorsky, Bolduc, and Kyrou. That's a solid top 6 they got. And this Hancock guy is also young. They've done a good job building around the vets. Yeah, they really have. They do fall off. Their bottom 6 is not as good as ours. But oftentimes, doesn't quite matter with how line matchups work in the sim. Defensively, Mika's, but okay. It's okay, but we are much, much better. They do have the vets back there, though, of course. Yeah, very kind of veteran defensive core. Well, for the most part, besides their top pair. Who's their guy in net? Oh, yeah, Dominic Wolf, and he's getting the net. Okay. Battle of young goaltenders. They got Montembeau as a backup as well. They are lacking depth, particularly on the defensive end. If we could forecheck hard, cause an injury to a defenseman, You never know. Compare them to us. I'd say the top sixes are relatively comparable. Like, we might have a slight edge, but the top sixes are very comparable, but we got them on the bottom six for sure. Like, our third line is definitely better. Mainly because of Beniers and Toffoli. You know, Kakko, we're trying to help him, but meh. And then in our fourth line, like, yeah, it's younger, but with Asama in there and our roll 3 lines ice time allocation, you know, we can use them sparingly, use them in the right situations, hopefully. And defensively, we got him beat. There's no other way to say it. We got him beat. Goaltending on paper, but Troy kind of struggled last season. We'll see. Hopefully he's a year better, a year more experienced, ready to go. Only one way to find out. Game number 1, we got the home ice advantage. All playoffs. Let's take it to St. Louis. Nine to 4. Kind of not a coach's dream in that game. Kind of the Wild West, but you got to love the offense. 4 goals against, however. We want to be able to tighten that up because when the playoffs go on, you're going to have to win close games. Game 2. Okay, 4-1. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Maybe an empty netter in there. Who the hell cares? 1 goal against. Win both our games. We defended home ice. Can we go into St. Louis and take it to the Blues? No, they answer right back. 4-2 win. They begin strong on their ice, but do we want to let them creep back in the series? The answer is no. Come on. Big win right there. And we have a 3-1 series lead with a chance to end things on home ice. Come on, Seattle. Just finish them off. Just finish them off. 7-4. Give up a lot of goals. Now we got to go back to St. Louis. 3-2 win. There we go. We won a tight game. Okay, we win in 6. See who our next round opponent is before we check on the Edmonton. Yep. They won their series in 5. We were close to making a trade with them, but we didn't do it. All right, these have got to be the playoff stats, yeah. We are 8th, but I mean, that's 8th out of 16, right? Hold on. I just feel like the playoff stuff is messed up, but I don't know. Maybe it does work. Yeah, 4-33 is great. 3-17, we want to improve that. Look at Edmonton, 4 and 2.4. That's what we're up against. Our power play has been better. We had a lot more chances. Our penalty kill's been mediocre, though. Same percentage as them, but... Let's see. Ooh, Jacob, you beast. Over a goal per game, 10 points. Matty Walsh with 9 points. Enzo was 7, 5 goals. Toffoli was 7. This is why you get those vets, baby. Z was 6. Tage with 5. Beniers 4. Schoenmaker's 4. Kakko with 3. Not bad. Especially being all demoralized. Fourth line didn't really get much, but, you know, we're not using them a ton. Any point from them is a big bonus. Sabi's at point per game. Only a +1, however. Yeah, maybe him and Faber. It's tough matchups. They got a tough top 6. Sanderson and Carey have been great. Great as a pairing. Even Alexei of Lyubushkin. 906. Not bad, not great. I'd like that to improve, obviously. Get me up to a 910. Obviously, 915 is the dream, but you can get him up to a 910, man. With our potent offense, we got a great chance. But I don't know. It ain't going to get easier in this series for Troy. Because now it's Edmonton. If you thought the Blues had a pretty good offense, just you wait. McDavid, Draisaitl, Savoie. Vrana, Zegras, Cunnin again. This is just the classic Oilers. This is classic Oilers, isn't it? Very little depth, although I'd kind of like Kotkaniemi there. But, yeah, playmaker. He's not even a two-way anymore. They look vulnerable. Still trying to keep the dream alive with Darnell Nurse. Not impressing me much. But Stuart Skinner has been really good in the playoffs. Must be the other year. The every other year thing. Yeah. They have Matthew Olivier. He is injured right now, but they do have Olivier to call on. So I'm assuming he's in Blaze's spot. Yeah, okay. Very interesting. It's a tough top line. If I'm coach, I'm matching Carey and Sanderson against that top line rather than Wasabi Faber. But we'll see. We know what we got. It's a tough team that we're going up against, man. But Troy, now's your time to shine. Now's your time to prove that you can perform in the playoffs. I know you're young, but you've got the experience now. Game 1, home ice. 4-1 loss. Couldn't get the offense going. That's not a great sign. Game 2 on home ice. 5-3. Okay, we're making some changes. I'm gonna check on goalie. How much did we get blown out of the water? How much did we get? He was a 906, 903. That's not a ton of lost, but I am nervous about going right back to him, but yeah, here's the thing, if we lose another game and then we go to the backup, he is older. I don't feel as bad about it, throwing him into elimination setting. Only 5 points for Thompson. Only 5 points for Schoenmakers. Gonna throw Toph into the top 6. I'm throwing him into the top 6. Sabi in favor, struggling. But even Carey and Sanderson kind of dropped a bit. Do I want to get more of a... I mean, we don't have a true shutdown pair, but this is theoretically more of a shutdown pair. I'm going to try this for a game. I'm just seeing if they maybe have a better time against McDavid Draisaitl, but again, we just had last change. I don't even know if that affects the sim. It should, but we'll see. Game 3 in Edmonton now. We lost both games on home ice. Now we have a tough task heading in to Edmonton, trying to even this series. Oh my god, we just got blown. Okay. We can't score. Can't fucking score. And still getting just blown out. Yeah, that did fucking nothing. Well, rip. You can't blame Troy for the loss right there, but he's now below 90. Coco's going in. Switching that back. Toph did fucking absolutely nothing. Let's get the band back together here. Yeah, he's out of... I don't think he got a point in that game. I mean, it's tough, but what are you gonna do? Ugh. 5 points, man. You gotta get going there, dude. Alright, I gotta turn off freaking rotations. So, someone remind me to turn these back on. As it is in rules. Tough. It's a good team, but man, all we gotta do is shut down one fucking line. Game 4. Coco in net. We win 5-4. It ain't pretty, but we Finally got scoring that we needed after 3 games of not getting any. Back on home ice. Can we claw our way back into this series? No. We just got blown the fuck out again. Yeah, like, we didn't... Ugh. We could not slow down that offense whatsoever. We just could not slow down that offense. Even in the game we won, they scored fucking 4, dude. They didn't score less than 4. Tough. We need Troy to get to that fucking magic age. I hate that it's a thing with goaltenders, but it is. So we get eliminated in round 2 in 5. At least we won a game. I would have preferred to make it a bit more competitive, but what the fuck can you do, I guess, against that line? The one downside is that we don't have the shutdown pair or line, really, or defenseman in general. We don't have a DFD. And I did that because we obviously changed the coaching style. Draisaitl, I mean, 19 points in 10 games, 10 goals. McDavid with 14 and 10. Like, it's a sick line. You got to find a way to shut them down 16 and 10 like that. Yeah, that's their line that does damage, obviously. It's hard to be able to shut them down. I'm not going to like our team stats. I know that. Nope. Yeah, couldn't score, and then our defense was atrocious. Power play was bad. And, dude, our penalty kill was ass the entire series after being good in the regular season. It was ass the entire playoffs, I should say. I understand it against Edmonton, but against St. Louis, Jesus. Yeah, see what I mean? It's always opposite. That's why I usually don't worry about the fucking penalty kill. Because it doesn't make any sense. It's good in the regular season. It's going to suck in the playoffs. It's bad in the regular season. It's going to be good in the playoffs. And here's the thing. Dubiel, he was what? Well above point per game. He didn't get jack shit in that series. What? Someone do the comparison. Because he was at 7 goals already, wasn't he? 7 goals in 6, right? He didn't get a single goal in that series. So not only... How the fuck did we get shut down by that defense? I get that they have Skinner. He's good, and he's a veteran. But that defensive core is garbage. You can't convince me otherwise, but that's the secret. The overalls don't matter a ton. It's all about the other stats, but I mean, you know, we got those other stats too. It's not like we're freaking chopped liver over here. But we couldn't score against that team. Ran into a hot goalie, whatever. You got to find a way to score. We only scored in 1 game. All the rest, it was 1 or 2 goals for. And I'm sorry, against Edmonton, boo. Neither goalie did particularly well. You know, Coco won that game, so I'm like, all right, let's go back to him, but... Yeah. Troy, a 2nd consecutive year of a sub-900 playoff performance. His reflexes are so good. Maybe I'll try boosting up his athletic this offseason, just make everything hella good. Maybe, I don't know, does he need to get puck control? Like, rebound control, recover, maybe. We want to, you know, limit some chances. I don't fucking know. I don't know how goalies work in this game. What stats make them good? Okay, so he does have, like, really good puck control stats. But again, I don't know if that makes people sim good. I'll start working on that with our goalie. I don't fucking know, dude. Just work on everything. Anyway, we get eliminated 2nd round. With the season we had, you maybe could have wanted a bit better. We did run into an offensive buzzsaw. But what I'm perplexed about is how they shut us down so effectively. Like, really. We gotta score against that team, man. You gotta be able to score against that team. They got fucking 3rd liners on their 2nd line, for God's sake. Yeah, that line was absolute. Like, they did nothing offensively. This is what pisses me off. Like, cool, yeah, there's Bouchard. +6. 10 points. Who the hell is this guy? His defensive awareness is fucking 84. He's not even good. He's got a +10. Look at this defense. McCabe is sick. Okay, so McCabe is better than that 83. Like, look at his defensive stats. Like, he is kind of better than that 83 indicates. He's a DFD. 82. I don't know. It almost feels like defensive awareness is not as important as shot blocking, stick checking at times. Which I don't know. Yeah, well, it is what it is. We lost. It is what it is. We'll do the draft and stuff in the next one. We do have to trade those goalies. I gotta remember that because I'm not losing their value for free, obviously. So we'll target some stuff in the draft just for I don't even fucking know. I don't even know. We need nothing. Yeah, we'll figure some stuff out. Ugh. Even if it's just getting guys with insane trade value, which is probably gonna be what we do. All right, well, that's that. Let me know what you guys think. Remember to hit that like button, and I'll see you in the next one.